Doesn't matter who you are, cause everybody uses emoji.
Hello and welcome to Emoji Rap, a podcast about all things emoji. I'm your host, Jeremy Burge, and this month we're going to delve into a little bit of emoji history. So every now and then I put on what I call my emoji historian hat and sort of try and fill in the gaps that Emojipedia has been missing over the years. We've only been around since 2013, and the first emojis from Japan were from 1999. Or so we thought. Turns out there's a bit more to it, so I do want to get back to that, but first of all, I have a guest here, Ollie Wagner. He's one of just a few, just a small handful, let's say, of designers who were involved at Apple with some of the very first emoji designs. You know, there's sort of lots of people that have been involved over the years, but Ollie was one of the first few that were around. And I thought, what better time? We're sort of going through some emoji history. The iPhone was a pretty big, culturally important set at the time. So, Ollie, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jeremy, for having me.
So I guess just up front, I'm trying to what I sometimes like to do, because I feel like the listeners of the show, they don't necessarily know any more than I do a lot of the time. A lot of the time I'm learning about these things as I go. On previous episodes, we've chatted to Angela Guzman, who was an intern at Apple quite a long time ago, involved in the first emoji set. Where do you fit into this as far as Apple and their first emoji sets?
So I came into Apple as an intern as well, right after Angela. And I was responsible for rounding out that first set and did quite a bit of work on the second set.
Do you remember
only
the things about
started tact, but I mean, I
on come back to 1997, some of the black
that it lacked emoji. So
and Mount Fuji and the
designing Apple's emoji, we started with SoftBank's emoji set. So certainly it was about gaining parity with that. And I think there could have been Docomo 2 as like a secondary one we were trying to add some to, but I can't quite recall that. But SoftBank was definitely a major player for compatibility.
And looking back at some of these, I mean, you can sort of see as early these come back to 1997, some of the black and white ones that they've got the Broken Heart and Mount Fuji and the Penguin and the Pile of Poo, and they've got all these sort of ones that carry through today. So I think it's sort of interesting having a look back, and I'm just sort of, I guess I'm intrigued. Do you have specific ones? You said you remember some that you worked on. Can you name some of the emojis you worked on that you think are sort of, that you either like or don't like, or any that you have any views on?
Sure. So ones that I really like were some of the food ones I did, like the breaded shrimp or the pizza. And a lot of why I liked them so much was actually just in creating them. You know, with the pizza, for instance, you know, if you take the layers down, it's got all the right ingredients on it. One I didn't like so much was just mostly because I wasn't familiar with ladies' footwear fashion at the time. But I made a sandal that a friend called a clompy mule in later years.